Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and um I just maybe gonna come back with scripted videos. So I'm gonna continue doing those raw talking videos, but I'm gonna do some animation videos too, just if I want to, because I still need a lot of time for my webtoon, you know. But I want to do like funny, entertaining videos sometimes, and not just those raw talking videos. Actually, videos where I script a little bit before I'm talking, and I prepare it and I'm trying to be funny. And yeah, I started a video right now. I just recorded 2 minutes of it, and that was it. And I have to draw everything. This will be a lot of work. This is why it could take me like 1 year or something, but it's kind of cool to work on a video that takes more time. That's kind of cool to work on something and really prepare it and script it and cut it. That's really really cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I think this video will get me far. Even if people don't see it a lot, I think people gonna see it and like it in the future. I just sometimes do it for like 2 minutes a day. I don't work a lot on it, but I think that's enough because I just put as much energy into it as I have. And if I don't have a lot of energy, I'm not gonna put the energy in, because if it doesn't feel meaningful to work on this video, I'm not gonna do it, because the process has to feel meaningful. It's not just the end result, it's the whole process. So I'm just gonna do work on this video when I really have an idea. And I actually started a video without scripting anything. I just started to talk. It's a little bit, I would say it's a little bit like a video essay. Maybe I have some topics to talk about. Maybe I'm gonna go more into detail about how to write characters. I don't know in which direction those cutted scripted videos will go. There, some videos will be really random, and it just will be me talking randomly about stuff and having some adventurous thought processes hopefully with some funny jokes in it. I hope it's going to be entertaining because we like comedy. We like to laugh. But I'm not forcing my comedic nature so much on it anymore, because in the beginning of my videos, when I was doing the anime videos, I was really stressed out a lot because I don't know, I just kept doing those videos, and I was like, in every video I was like, oh, I have to put a lot of jokes into the video, and it was the right way to do it, because at that time I felt like I have to create a lot of jokes. This is how it felt like. I have to create of jokes every fucking second. This is how it felt like. Actually, I want to work more on the video now while I'm recording this. Like, recording this makes me more motivated to actually continue doing the video. The more I'm being creative and having a creative process, and I'm counting those talking videos to it too, I'm learning about how my creative process actually works. And that's awesome, because sometimes you have to figure out how creatively you work actually the best. when you have enough creative energy to do it. Sometimes you don't have to have a lot of creative energy, you know? You don't always have to have that. Sometimes you just say really simple stuff, and that's still fine. You don't have to make every fucking phrase that you say entertaining and meaningful. I don't think you have to do that, because that can become exhausting too when you pressing out a bunch of jokes, that's too much actually for the viewer to compensate. So it's good if sometimes you say more simple stuff and the viewer can kind of relax, and I think people will be more invested in watching the videos when there's some really outstanding jokes and then there's just some a little bit too cool down. It's like watching an anime when there's some exciting action happening and then you have a break where everybody's just cooling down and you just I don't know, you just sit there and you just experience something more casual, and that's fine, I truly think both is fine and both is okay to exist, Yeah, it's just really interesting to think about this creative process behind the scenes. Maybe that's interesting for you to hear. I didn't know I would talk about that now, but yeah, and the more I'm allowing myself to do the stuff I want, the better it becomes. Because I really know when I have to do something and when I don't have to do something. I'm listening to myself. When I feel really exhausted doing something creatively, I'm not gonna do it. When I want to read a book, I'm gonna read a book, but if it's not meaningful to read a book, then I'm not gonna read a book. When I want to play a game, I'm gonna play a game. I don't see it like, oh, I shouldn't play a game, I should draw now because I have to be productive. No, like if I want to play a game more than drawing now, that's fine. That's cool. Even spending time on social media. I sometimes spend time on social media, and actually I noticed that I'm not spending a lot of time on social media. I'm not really invested on social media because I'm allowing myself to procrastinate and to do breaks and to come back and listen to myself. It's like being hungry. I'm listening to my body when I want to do something, even when I want to say something. Sometimes I don't want to say certain stuff in a video, even though I like to say that in another video, but I don't want to talk about it at the moment. And then I don't do that, and I think it's the right place to do it, and I think there's more to it than we think. It's not just me talking, it's me interacting with the whole world and interacting with every person. We are all like influencing each other. I talked about this in other videos already, and I still think that, and it's something I don't really understand, but I think it's there. I just have the feeling, I don't want to go into too much detail. For example, this. I could talk about this now in more detail, but I don't want to. So I'm not gonna do that, and I just keep vibing, I guess. I'm just chill, and that's awesome, So I just wanted to say again, thank you very much for every person supporting this channel. It's really cool to see the small community grow. It's really cool that people get invested in my videos, and there's some people supporting the videos. And something I noticed, even though sometimes I don't get a lot of views, the support is really strong. Like, the people who are watching the videos are really loyal. Like, people seem really invested into my content. People like my posts. People don't just ignore me. It feels like it's meaningful what I created. It means something to people, even if it's not a lot of people. The interaction I get feels strong. People really seem to care, and that's awesome. I just want to say thank you, because this is how you should do it. You should not just create a big following, you should create a following that actually is loyal to you and really cares about what you're doing. And the only thing you can do this is like being a kind person, being yourself, and doing it with passion, because and also only doing videos when you want to, not just forcing yourself on YouTube to create something, to press out content, but there's nothing meaningful to it. People want to know about you, and yeah, I just really appreciate you guys, and I actually wanted to say something else, but I forgot. I was talking about my viewership and that I have a small following. Yes, I didn't want it to do. For example, in the last 3 days, I had really a lot of fun doing those shorts. I had a time years ago where I was doing a lot of shorts. I was never doing a video, I was just doing a lot of shorts on YouTube, and I got a little bit of subscribers through that. I sometimes got like 1,000 or 3,000 views on a short video, which is crazy to me. I was not uploading on YouTube back then, and that was just my thing, just doing the videos every day and sitting down every day for a video. I just did that, and then I had a break from it, and after starting the videos, I didn't felt like I wanted to do shorts because it felt meaningless. I was like, I want to spend the time in my webtoon, and I don't really want to draw anything around my webtoon right now. I don't want to do that, and I don't think the art is meaningful if I'm just putting out a lot of short. I don't want to just put out content to be seen. That's the worst thing ever. You never should just put out stuff to be seen. There's nothing personal about this, and you don't need to scrap. Don't just put stuff out because you want to be seen. There is something really unconfident about you when you would do that. It says a lot about you as a person too. We don't need that trash on social media. There's so much people who do that, and it's awful. If you have to say something and you want to do it, that's awesome. And the thing is, I worked. I didn't do those shorts, and then last week, or like this week, in the last days, you saw 3 shorts videos of me. I really was like, damn, I kind of want to do a small, fast sketch, and I want to upload my shorts on YouTube, and also on TikTok. I also was uploading on TikTok and on Instagram. And even though I was not getting a lot of views on Instagram and on TikTok, I got surprisingly some views on YouTube. More than I expected. That was cool. And I just didn't do that. Of course, I want to be honest with you. When you get a lot of views, you feel more motivated to keep producing content because you get attention. There is, of course, something psychological like that. So I was like, because I saw people liking the post, I was motivated to do the next one. And then I did the next one. And today, I don't want to do it. And of course, it has also something to do with when you don't get as much as attention, it's a little bit harder to keep going. It's the same with YouTube. Sometimes I don't see a lot of people watching my videos, and then I don't feel really motivated to do a video on the next day. But I know the passion for it will come back. Sometimes I just need a break. And there's nothing wrong about that, And yeah, today I don't want to do a short video. I fucking don't want to do it, so I'm not gonna do it. I don't know why I feel so strong about that. So I'm not gonna do that today, but I'm gonna do that maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. So I'm just vibing. I'm just posting how I want, and I think that's awesome, because then I create a following naturally. Because everything that I do feels really natural, you know? It feels not forced. It feels like someone. Also, that I'm oversharing so much, that I do so many videos, means that I'm doing it in a natural way. And that makes the subscriber count more natural. And I actually think when you grow your your social media in a natural way, I truly think that people will be much more invested into your content. Also, when you don't upload every day and you just do it when you want to, it feels much more natural, because you're not a content machine, you know? Because then people would believe they interact with a content machine. But if you are like uploading because you want to, people feel like, this person really wants to tell me something, and they will be already invested because they know you really want to do it. There's something passionate about it, and I really like that. So yeah, I don't want to talk anymore. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.